here. Historic Key West here in Florida. As you can see, the African cemetery at Higgs Beach, what it should say Moors, okay, because African means divided people or separated people. So they like to rename us, but I have my family here they're from New York, but they live in Texas now. Say hi.
Hi.
There she is.
Yes, so I came here like in 2002 with a Haitian brother, and there was this African brother here, this African or this indigenous brother from the Americas who had been living with the Ifa community in the Carolinas. Told me about the cemetery. At the time, they were just making the cemetery, and what he shared with me was that there was this white brother that was a graduate student who had been doing some studies and realized and found out that there was a boat that capsized off of the Florida Keys, and those indigenous people never did. They were never considered slaves. A lot of them swam over, and a lot of them drowned. And the ones that drowned, they buried them here. And so he did an excavation, and they had an actual proper burial for them. They had priests, Ifa priests from Nigeria to come here and do a proper burial for those spirits that perished in the ocean. So this is my first time being here since that completion because they were working on it at the time.
Wow.
So here they have a chain to symbolize that.
The chain.
And then all
the Sankofa,
a Dinka symbol.
The Dinka symbol, Jinyame, except the creator, the Most High, the goddess who gives birth to the God. Here's Mati Mase symbol as well. And then we have another symbol here called ashram. So as you can see, they're getting it together here with my family. And this is Nyame Burby Wool Swole. So at the end of the day, this is beautiful.
But I bet you know about the Jewish Holocaust, though. You better know about this one, the African Holocaust.
That's right. The ancient ones who never went nowhere, still here. Act like you know.
The so-called Jews.
Here.
We the
Give me a
original
second.
ones.
Okay. Greetings. Welcome to the Happy to Be Nappy show. I'm here with a magnificent sister who's holding the camera, Sistah Boo, who I know over 30 years. We came down here to Key West because she homeschools her beautiful daughters.
Yes, Sistah Busei.
And Sistah Busei, she makes sure that she teaches them the conscious education that they need to know about themselves. You know, you have to. If you're not teaching your children the truth, well, then I feel really, really bad for you. Because then they're going to get into all kind of stuff that's just going to make you sad and weary. But when you teach them that they're great people, they come from an ancient culture and history, that the first Europeans, the first French, everywhere in the world was kinky hair, melanated people. Okay, you have to know that whole Alex Haley and all these other fabricated stories. I will tell you, get the book by Ivan Van Sertima. He came before Columbus, way before Columbus. So know that. So I'm gonna get you back to the sister so she can say the things that she might want to say to you. Anything you want to say on this glorious day?
Well, I want to say this is my second time in the Keys. The first time I came, I didn't realize so much of the history that we have as indigenous people. That this land was first us here.
Yes.
And that it used to be called La Afrikaans. That was the name of this
region
prior to Key West. That it was a place that many of our ancestors from what we were taught the terms that are not indigenous to the people who were there, so that you would know what I'm talking about. We know them now as Cuba. We know them now as Haiti.
Right.
And our ancestors came from those parts here and was kicking it here. And even after they began to enslave our ancestors, and what came out of that post-colonialism with the civil rights movement, what I was taught at an African American museum here was that this place was one of the first places that integrated and did a lot of things about Africans, or the indigenous people, or the highly melanated people of this region, and how they were the first ones to integrate their high schools. That this place was the first for a lot of things in relation to highly melanated people being treated in a more respectful manner.
And this is what they have down here that I really want to capture right there.
And you see them right here with they're showing the course. That's what they always wanted to show us.
Right. And here we are in Key West. Oh yes. So we're here. And, we're enjoying it. Any last words that you want to say before we move on to the next level?
I want to say it's just a blessing to be here. To the first time I came was in 2000, I think it was 2, and now it's 2016. And so this is in honor of our ancestors, as we stated, and there's so many more ancestors since that time.
Yes.
So many more spirits that have become ancestors even within the time that I came here. So I want to say to my sister Maria Val, who spent so much of her time just a few miles from here in Haiti to connect us of the diaspora and those of us that were born in the continent to come back together, And so we're not going to forget her. She's an ancestor now. We're going to shout and chant her name.
Ashe.
And all the spirits that have been doing the good fight, being warriors.
Yes, to the end, to the end.
So we're going to honor the spirits. So as my sisters, I'm here at the African Cemetery. My brother Zen, their sister Dr. Cress Wilson.
Absolutely, Ashe.
Oh my God, Brother Phil, the last time I saw Dr. Cress Wilson, the sister who told me about Brother Phil, who's the founder of the OBU, Organization of Black Unity, based out of San Antonio. She told me that he made his transition, and now Maria's born.
Wow.
And I was on her. Wow, the last time I saw, he was responsible for me being on the same to do a workshop the same day that Dr. Chris Wilson was doing the keynote speaking. And they all left back to back. We left in June. My mentor Joyce Ann Brown left in June. Then Dr. Chris Wilson and Natalie Cole left the same day, January 1st.
Wow. Ashe.
Then my brother Zen was out of here January 3rd.
Wow.
My sister Maria. So we got work to do.
Yes, we do.
We have work to do. And we're asking them to send us their strength.
That's right.
Send
All
us
the strength.
Guidance
and the
shine
protection.
The
That's right.
Shine the light.
The bright light.
So that we know
the green light.
To go to. Who are the ones that are there for us, that's going to guide us to do what we came here to do, because we are in the mode of manifestation of purpose. Manifestation of purpose with our spirits, which is first and foremost to love each other. Love each other and take care of each other. That's our first job. Everything else is a construct.
That's right.
Nonsense. Joke business.
Joke, man.
Joke.
Seeing.
Stuffing things. All we got really is each other. Our ancestors, spirit.
That's right.
And connecting us. That circle, because everything is nothing but a circle.
That's right.
So yeah, they called themselves putting chains on us, but we were already chained together. The link in the chains of our past and our present and the future. That's what the indigenous people always believed in. That's all we ever really had.
That's right.
So I thank you, Mother, Father, God.
Goddess.
I thank you so much for this day. Thank you for blessing me to see my sister. Again, we hadn't seen each other in 8 years.
Yes.
She hadn't seen my oldest since she was 2. She's now 10. I hadn't seen her baby girl since she was 7. She's now 17.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Never met Safia, who's 5. So these are blessings. And just believing and claiming more blessings. And that we won't be joining that ancestral realm for a while because we got work to do.
Yes, work.
So just guide us, protection, protection, ancestors. We're asking you for protection. We're asking you for direction. We're asking you for guidance. We're believing in whatever faith. We're claiming it. We're claiming it. We want something different for our children.
Absolutely.
You hear that, rooster? Come on, brother.
You hear that, rooster? So how you want to end? Anything you want to shout out? Your mother-in-law that made it over?
Oh my God, and Phyllis mom, my mother-in-law, I'm going to be with. That's another ancestor. You know, to be with my husbands and my family. Just believe and have faith that they stay strong, and that we'll continue to just build on the legacies that all of our ancestors that I just mentioned, they left. Everybody was doing some work, so we got to pick up where they left off and keep
pick up the pieces. All right, sister. Ashe, and thank you for being on the show. Happy to be Nappy show. Or you keeping it happy to be nappy and happy to be Sizassy. Peace and natural hair grease. Much love and light.
love.
All right. All right, my sister, my sister, my sister.